Later this year, people living in Moseley, the western part of Sturchley and Kings Heath will have access to railway services into Birmingham city centre for the first time in 80 years. To achieve this, in November 2022, Volkerfitzpatrick began work to build 3 new stations on the Camp Hill line on behalf of the West Midlands Rail Executive and West Midlands Combined Authority. The new stations, which are currently under construction, will replace those which closed in 1941. Thankfully, the Camp Hill line itself remained open. However, for the last 80 years, it has only been used for freight traffic, empty stock moves, and is used by some cross-country services to bypass the cross-city line. The £61 million scheme to reopen the line will see 3 new fully accessible stations constructed, with the new platforms able to handle 6-car trains. Once complete, the stations will be served by 2 trains per hour in each direction between Birmingham New Street and Kings Norton, with the trains from New Street joining the Camp Hill line at St Andrews Junction. The budget for the stations will not stretch to electrification, so the services will be operated by West Midlands Railway using Class 196 diesel multiple units. The first of the new stations heading south from New Street will be Moseley Village, which is located on St Mary's Row in Moseley, situated just to the north of the short tunnel which takes the line underneath what will be the entrance to the station and St Mary's Row. The next station will be approximately 1 kilometre to the south, located close to the A435 High Street in Kings Heath, located next to a small retail park on Findlay Road. The new station, named Kings Heath, will be situated alongside the car park for the retail park and will have access from a new pedestrian overbridge onto High Street. The penultimate station on the route will be Pineapple Road, located around 1.5 kilometres south of Kings Heath, and will be just to the north of the Cartland Road overbridge in Sturchley. From there, trains will head south to Kings Norton, where the trains will terminate, before reversing to head back to Birmingham New Street. Building 3 new stations sounds like it should be relatively straightforward. However, the project has not been without its challenges. What became clear from my visit to the locations of the stations is just how constrained the sites are, which brings with it its own challenges. Added to this, the fact that significant remediation work was required to consolidate the embankments which flank the 3 stations. Substantial retaining walls are clearly visible in Kings Heath and Pineapple Road, which look to have been constructed using concrete piles. Whilst at Moseley Village, what looks like ground anchors have been used to stabilise embankments on either side of the station. The lack of space isn't the only issue which has hampered the delivery of the stations. In June last year, it was reported that badger sets were discovered in Moseley. Badgers are classified as endangered species, so therefore these sets cannot simply be removed. This means that the contractor had to work with ecologists to rehome the badgers to a suitable location before work on the station could continue. Despite the setbacks and challenges, it is still hoped that services will commence from the December 2024 timetable change. Currently, it is only possible to operate the new service between Birmingham New Street and Kings Norton, but there are plans to link the Camp Hill line to the Chiltern Main Line, so trains can terminate at Moore Street Station instead of New Street. This will be the subject of my next video, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that video.